Yo, what is up, friends, foes, and members of the Omni Council? My name's Daimien Kamiya, I'm the Omni King, and just a second here. I forgot to add in the chat. Just a second. There we go. Sorry about the delays here. I had to go out today because my new job requires steel toes, so I had to go for a walk to get those. Then I had to get a bank deposit form, and so I've been out pretty much all day. Normally I do Genshin dailies before the stream, so I was rushing not to get the dailies done. I didn't. I got the I just got the exploration done because that's set on a timer. It takes 20 hours for all the characters to do it, and I don't want to throw off the timing on that, so I wanted to just log in, do that. I'll do dailies after stream because they reset at the same time all the time. I am good, Angel. How are you? Now that I know that I'm going to be employed. Just a sec. I am very hot, and I would very much. I'm away from my mic. I would very much like to add some ice cubes to my water. Yeah, I left the house I think at about 10:30 or something, and didn't get home until So our orientation is on the 16th. And from there, I will get my next 2 weeks schedule. So like I said, this is going to throw off my streaming schedule going forward. I will likely be streaming in the mornings rather than the nights because this is a PM shift. So, if anyone watches me after work or something, obviously that's all gonna change. One sec, one of my ice cube trays is empty. Let me just go fill it up. Yes, as you can tell, I'm a little bit disorganized. No, it's not. It is Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. Second. And yes, OBS is now fixed now. What I did to fix it was to I just downloaded the previous version. So it was 3.1.1, I believe. No, it's 31.1.0 was the recent update. So I backed it to 31.0.4 because that and I had no problems the moment I installed it. So we need to get more ice cubes in this. 1 second. They are literally already half melted. I just put them in. So anyways, Guild Wars. I managed to hit level 20 off stream. I got my intended party all to level 20. I even got an additional party member to 20, a ranger. I don't really intend to use her, but I need a ranger to tame a rare pet. And that's going to kind of be the goal for today's stream, is to go get a rare pet. There are 3 rare pets in the game. They are Black Moa, Phoenix, and Black Widow. And the easiest one to get, more or less, is the Black Moa, but we have to play through some kining, so that's what we're going to do today, which I'm fine with, because it lets me use all of my full team. So 1 second. Be right back. Sorry, I put over a tray of ice in this water bottle, which is a single tray is 14 ice cubes, and I believe I put in 18. They're just melting really fast. Anyway, I'm hoping so too. This is a very good company. I'm not going to say what it is because I want to keep that stuff separate, but the most annoying part was, so today, like I said, I had to go get steel-toed shoes. My feet are a mess. I have high arches. I have, generally meaning I need insoles, which is like, just imagine whatever shoes cost, it's $60 on top of that. I also have very wide feet, so I have to be very specific about the shoes I buy, which doesn't make it easier because I can't. Like, some people can just like, oh, what's the cheapest pair? I can't do that because the people asking that question have 30 options. But as someone with wide feet, and I'm saying like 4E wide, which is the widest commercially available shoe you can buy, I may have like 8 options. And then you got to factor in my shoe size. I think technically speaking, I am an 11.5 within the US shoe size system. Men's 11.5. But the problem is, steel toes don't come in 11.5. They come in 11. The measurements are like 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 12, 13, 14. They don't do 11.5. So I either had to go with the shoe far too small or a shoe too big. So I went with the too big one. And just to be sure, like, while I was in the store, I looked up on their website and they didn't even list the possibility of an 11.5. One of the employees offered to look, but I said, like, no, your website confirms you do not carry that size. And he goes, oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah. We, after a point, they just go incremental. They don't. So hopefully that won't cause me a problem, but no. 1 second. I'm wearing toe spacers to try and not get blisters and calluses on my feet, and I just got a blister because of the toe spacers. You know what really annoys me, though? I really want to know... Sorry, I'm facing away from the mic if it sounds odd. I really want to know the actual size of my feet. Like, I actually want to know my shoe size. But you know what's really fucking irritating? Is no goddamn place has the fucking shoe measurement tool anymore. You used to be able to go into a store, whether it was like Walmart or wherever, and you go to the shoe section, and they'd have that like metal thing you could put your foot in, and you could measure like the width and the length of your foot, so you knew what size to look for. No one fucking has that anymore. So I don't know. I'm just fucking guesstimating every goddamn time. I would like to definitively know. I even considered buying one online, but they're like fucking $60, and I don't need that just to know my shoe size once. In other news, there's many. I go to a place that just sells shoes for my normal shoes, and even they do not have one. It's ridiculous. Another news, My Dress Up Darling season 2 is out. I've not watched it yet because I watched the dub, so I'm waiting for that to come out. It's only episode 1 of the Japanese is out right now. Additionally, an epilogue chapter came out. So I learned that the reason why the manga ended so quickly was the author was having medical problems, which, you know, fair. I only really wanted 2 more arcs. I wanted the friends including Gojo's old friend, and I wanted Marine, and I wanted like their high school friends to meet their cosplaying friends, and then I wanted a Hina doll arc. I'm hoping that maybe the anime can get liberties to do like a filler season where they cover those 2 things or something, but that would be like season 4 or 5 if they did something like that. But the epilogue just, you know, it covers like Gojo asking Marine's father if he can marry her, covers a little bit of the other characters, and like the other characters and friends they had, and also the last panel has their daughter, who apparently is like kind of has a very similar like shyness to that Gojo has. Whoa. Alright, let's get to the game. Alright. Just a second. Right. Alright, so I'm in Lions Art. So what I've been doing, so I do have an overall goal, which is map completion. So I have a reputation with my friends in Guild Wars 2 of being the map completer, right? Once I completed a character, I did the main story, and I just moved on to the next one. I probably have like 20 characters. Some are probably deleted at this point, but over like 20 characters that had fully map completed the game, or at least the base game, which everyone says is one of the most annoying parts, period. So, one thing I did off stream is I went through the Great Northern Wall, Ruins of Sumeria, and Nolian Academy, and I did two things. Number one, as you can see, there's a second sword, meaning I completed the bonus objectives in these three things. I didn't do that initially. Second, I did my best to fully map as much of the area as possible. You have to, like, apparently in this game, to map complete, you have to, like, hug the wall, look for every possible path. Like, up here, I had to, like, go off the beaten path and go into this ooze up here. Over here, I had to go up here in the top corner. Problem with this, and down here too, I had to go into these two areas, is to gain access to them, you have to trigger the cutscene, which puts you under a timer. That timer basically makes it so I had to do this thing twice. So you have to come up, you have to go around up here, you have to go up here, you trigger the scene here, and then you have to go back fighting the swarm of char to cover here, and this will take you pretty much the whole timer. Then, or at least most of it. And then, but I ended up dying. The timer runs out, you die. So I had to redo it and go all the way back through, but this time run to the south here, into this area, because this is the path you want to take. So I had to run into here to hug the wall there. Right, so I haven't map completed anywhere else. I didn't go into Fort Rannoch because I already did the bonus objective there. I was mostly just focusing on the bonus objectives, and while I was there, I chose to map complete. But yes, so I figured out where to check for that. So this is, by the way, I got the mission map here, so this will be a bit, this is basically the world map, but like mini map version. Then, so this, if I click titles here, so this is how I keep track of my experience. So there, you need quite a few titles to get some points. Like, how many titles do you need? I don't really know like what the exact thing is, but there is several titles available through map completion. Specifically, there is 5 titles in each campaign, and then an additional title if you get all 5 titles from each. So 16 titles in total. Sorry, not 5, 6. So 19 titles. You get one at 60%, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 100. And then when you get all 3 100s, you get the legendary cartographer. So I have 73 or 37.8% interior, 4.2 in Kantha, and 3.6 in Alona. But anyways, so the goal today is we're gonna do Kining. I was here a little bit last night too, seeing if I could get the I managed to make my way down to the marketplace. I got the shit kicked out of me by the afflicted. That was brutal. So I just want to do story missions. All right. Welcome to Kantha is what I want to do. All right, so let me add in my new heroes. So we'll add in these. So going off of the instructions that Chris gave me. So for a full team, you want 2 healers, 1 key or keystone, 3 any, and then a bit healer. All right, and that covers 7, and then you can just be whatever you want. So Ogden is a healer, Dunkoro is a healer, and Oleus is my bit healer. I did this off stream. He is a or no, did I do this off? I don't remember. But I'll leveled everyone to 20 off stream anyway. If you're curious, I don't really think I showed that much. I'll warp back. There's no real issues here. Just showing you how much I uncovered. So this area should be fully map completed. Dry top should be in this area here. Ventari, Etten's back. All this. I hugged the walls. I went everywhere in them. I was going to go into Reed Bog, but it was 1 a.m. And because there's no town in the falls, it would have just been a lot of work, and I probably would have finished at like 3 or 4 in the morning. So I chose, I'll just do that another day. Some areas, like there's an area here that doesn't uncover until you do the mission. I'm assuming the orb light, right? So the missions, I want to try and do them on stream, but if I don't, I don't, right? Like, I don't want to make this playthrough take longer than it has to. Because the point is I really do just kind of want to play this, but at the same time, I'm only playing this for the sake of Guild Wars 2. And I don't want to pad the runtime just because there are plenty of other games I want, and I don't need another MMO. Like, once I get my 30 points, I'm probably never going to touch this game again. Or at least not for a long time. And if I do, it'll probably be off stream. You guys won't see me play it. But yes, and then, so my Ennies are, Koss and Mox are melee DPSs, and then Vex is a range DPS that has, like, armor break and stuff. Me, I am still running, so I'm running a kind of a hex-based build, so it's domination and curses. All my armor, by the way, fully maxed now. I have all the 60 armor. So now I just need to save up for, like, runes and stuff. I'm hoping Chris can show up in the stream so I can get an idea of what I should go for. Chris wasn't here on my last stream. Just 1 second again. Whoa. I'm just looking at something here on my other monitor. Oh, watch this. All right, sorry about that. Hey, 1 second. I just want to make sure that yeah, I bought toe spacers, and they came in. It came with 3 pairs, and 2 of them broke within. 2 of those pairs broke within a week. I think I wore each of them, or each pair, like for 3 days, and they were just broken. So I bought another pair before even using the next one. So I got a new one. This one's not as like stretchy, so it's not going to be as like but it digs in some spots. So, and that's what happened here. It dug into a spot on my toe and it left the blister there. It's just an alignment thing. I need to, I'll just have to deal with it because I really, this is a small blister compared to the blister I had, and in all honesty, once my toes get realigned, it's fine. All right, let's get going. By the way, my primary DPS is Koss. Mox is second, and Vex is third. Oh, and I got another blister. So if I don't deal with these, they're just gonna cause me more problems in the future. Sorry. I didn't realize that my feet kind of got into these conditions. My feet are just fucked. I think that's just it. Let me just analyze and make sure that I'm not missing out any more blisters. All right. Someone's like... Yeah, sorry, didn't ideally think that it would be about an hour before from stream start before I'm actually, like, playing, but... Like, I know there's better skills to get at some point, but I'm really liking the skills I have. For the most part. There's a few, but they all have use it in some point at some points. It's just some are niche. I have come to learn, though, that mages and Ellies are super fucking dangerous. One of the reasons the Afflicted were able to kill me in here was because I had several Elementalist Inflicted dealing mass AoE burn damage, which was just, like, fucking my health. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna be blitzing story in hopes that I can unlock the Black Moa today. Because then I'll never need to touch my Ranger. Not gonna lie, this area's a little using.
Master Togo is down there, and he's in trouble.
What are we going to do?
Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't come all the way from Lion's Arch for a funeral.
Oh, Steve Blum plays the male player. So he's the male protagonist in this with and then he takes over as Ritlock in the sequel. That's kind of cool. Who's the female protagonist? Because I assume. Oh, interesting. Depending on where you start your character determines who the MC's VA is. If you're Nightfall or Eye of the North, it's Josh Keaton instead. So I have Steve Blum because I'm Prophecies and Faction. That's kind of cool. Female for Factions is Diana Michelle. And then female for Prophecies, Nightfall, and Eye of the North is April Stewart. She's also the narrator for Prophecies, too. Hero. Yeah, you get skill points from quests as the main character, so like I don't actually have everything as maxed as I'd like it to be. Even the build I'm technically following... Where is it? What did I do at the page? No, it's gone. I might have closed it by accident. Oh no, it was like 12 on domination. I think it was 8 for curses. Or no, was it? No, 10 for curses, 8 for soul reaping, and then like 3 in inspiration. But I don't know if I'd bother. Well, I guess the 3 in inspiration wouldn't matter because it's not like you're going to put those points anywhere else, but... Alright, let me find the merchant so I can just sell this this thing here for some money. There you are. Alright, enter mission. Hey, Lizrael. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later. Alright, 1 second here. What am I doing? Oh, I go this way. Okay. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Alright, what's the bonus here? Oh, there is no bonus. Just that Togo and so the 2 people on my team need to survive. Goodbye. Let me grab that flag idol. There doesn't seem like there's bonus objectives for these. All right. Hey, Chris, how you doing? I have made progress. You weren't here in the last stream. So, right now my goal is I'm trying to push, Kantha's story so I can do the Black Moa side quest. And then I don't need my ranger anymore. I got my ranger to 20. I got Acolyte Jin to 20. My whole team here is 20. But I just want to write her off and be like, okay, you know what? I got the rare pet, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. I went back and I got all the bonuses that I missed in some of the missions. No problem, no problem. I understand. I explored a lot, most notably in Maguma. I basically just went, like, you know, the dry top area. I just went, I'd show you on the map, but I don't think I can show you the map because I'm in Kantha. Is there a way to show the Tyria map without fast traveling? I've been using the builds you gave me. And they've been doing me wonders. I almost really don't even have to care. My armor fully maxed. I got the Kining City armor from the vendor. Like, my build, yeah, my build. Oh, did I lose or did I win? What happened? How dare you? I was in the middle of explaining nonsensical stuff.
Moment too soon.
Master Togo, I'm at your disposal.
I will make the introductions later. For now, we have a fight on our hands. Come.
Yeah, I got Oleus as well, so I have my Blip Necro, my Bip Necro, as you suggested as well. So I am running sort of, I found this build on the wiki. It's sort of a hex spammer, but I'm kind of making it my own. But it's basically domination and curses is what the build is. Oh, and I got this legendary staff too. Once I've killed the afflicted here. Oh, absolutely. It was a very smart decision for me to just say fuck it and go heroes. Also, it really goes to show you too how valuable that the skill purchases I made were. Because if I didn't do that, all my heroes wouldn't really be of any use anyway. Because they're only useful because they have access to all the skills. Alright, I think that's everything at the moment, so I can show you now. It's those staff. So I found this legendary staff. I don't know if I'd say it's flat out better, because it's like -6 energy, but it gives me 30 more health, 19% chance to have the casting time of curses, halves an 18% chance to have any skill recharge time for spells. It's 2 less damage on dark damage for the maximum, but I just felt like overall this was much better than the starting staff. At least, you know, when I'm using curses. When I'm using any curse skills, which are half the skills I have on this menu. And then everything's a spell. So I just felt like that was a very valuable, yeah. I remember you telling me 20 was max and stuff, so it's like, and energy it's 15, but this staff, I still have my old staff, by the way, so this staff is, you know, it's 5 energy instead of the 30 HP and a 10 energy at the top, 20% damage, but I don't know, like, it just, It just felt like this was still the better staff because it fits more within what I'm going for. I've also been working a bit on map completion. In Guild Wars 2, I was very well known amongst my friends as the map completer. As of right now, some are deleted, but I have probably over 20 characters that I map completed the base game of in Guild Wars 2. It was my thing. I actually enjoyed doing it. So, with that said, where am I going? Is this the local route, I think? I don't know where this is going, though, but... I don't think I can go this way. Yeah. So I felt like it was on brand for me to map complete in this game, too, since there's, like... I counted like 19 titles associated with map completion. Now, I don't know how the titles play into earning points for Hall of Monuments, so I don't necessarily think I need to get all of them, but like, how many points do you get for titles? Because I know there's like, says PvP title, but does it specifically have to be a PvP title? So like, so what do you mean? But like, if I were to get the legendary cartographer, would I still need to get the PvP one? Because in all honesty, like, I'll do the PvP one if I have to, but like, I really don't want a PvP. But I just feel like if there's 19 titles associated with map completion, there has to be Hall of Monument points somewhere in there. Especially when looking it up, people explain like the actual like dedication to map completion in this game, because it's not like Guild Wars 2 where it's just discovering a zone. Like this is like, apparently at some points you literally have to scroll the edges of the map to niche out just a little bit more fog. Because obviously I don't want to spend, like, forever playing this game, but I also, you know... Oh, okay. So then why does the wiki recommend getting the PvP title with 200 keys? Oh, okay. What do you mean has a worth about 30 Hall of Monument points? Like, collectively? So what do you mean? Do you mean like the prestigious title, or do you mean the God walking amongst, or do you mean cartographer itself is worth that much? You are an assassin, because I can tell by your design. Hey, can you attack, please? I didn't put my debuffs on you for nothing. So, would Legendary Cartographer be a prestigious title then, considering there's a lot of work tied to it? Wasn't there a title in Guild Wars 2 for getting full map completion? Wasn't it like... Or it's like all zone discovery or something. Wasn't it been there, done that or something like that? Complete map should include collecting all renowned hearts, waypoints, points of interest, hero points, and vistas. This includes Chantry of Secrets, all 5 racial capitals, and Lion's Arch. This does not include dungeons, storyline areas, or any PvP maps, and the 4 world versus world maps. Well, I'll consider going for it. I'm already at like, I'm almost at 40% in Guild and Tyria. And as annoying as some of the fights can be, and at some points, I will say that I do appreciate the instance aspect of it, where it's like, so Guild Wars 1 is sort of like what an instance is in Guild Wars 2, where like enemies do not respawn after they're killed. So if you enter into a story instance in Guild Wars 2, enemies do not respawn after you kill them. And the same applies here. So by the way, the skills I have going for me. Do I actually have to do hard mode? Like, I'm just curious about it. I looked it up. It's harder, but not extremely harder, from what I understand. But, like, is it necessary to do for Hall of Monuments? Okay. I wanted to, okay. I wanted to tell you, show you, okay. Well, if you guys could stop fucking spawning every time I want to show Chris something. So my skills. So I'm running Insidious Parasite, which is, you know, it's a hex. Enemies, I siphon health when an enemy attacks under its effects. Empathy, which an enemy does less damage and takes damage when they attack. So these two I kind of use in tandem. I use these more on, like, fighters, like warriors, rangers, rogues, etc. Then I have Backfire, which is a shit ton of damage if the enemy, you know, casts a spell. I use this mostly to handle healers. Because they can't out-heal the damage they do to themselves by trying to heal others. And then, I have Mark of Pain. I don't use this that often. It really benefits more when Koss is in the team versus everyone else. But yeah, it just makes it so when they foe gets struck, it's an AoE. Then I have Desecrate Enchantments just for an AoE attack. Energy Burn and Chaos Storm are just more like single target damage attacks. And then I have Chillblains for Enchantment Strip if I ever were to need it. I know there's probably better skills to acquire later, but I'm really happy with the loadout I have right now, and it's been proving to be pretty effective. And at least, like, I have a general idea of, like, when to use stuff. I did want one piece of clarification, Chris, that you might be able to help me on. Order of Vampire. I'll keep an eye out for that when I get my hands on it. So Empathy and Insidious Parasite say, whenever foe hits with an attack. Does anything count as an attack, or is it like a physical damage attack? Like, for example, if an enemy casts a spell, would that still count as an attack? Or does it have to be an offensive spell? Because I've been sometimes wondering if using these on magic casters is worth it. Oh, okay. So it technically works on them if they basic attack. Now I did want one more question. This is more of a team balance thing, mind you. So I am keeping Koss and Vox. I am actually very much enjoying having them as DPSs. In terms of the last team member, though, do you recommend I run Vex? Do you recommend I run Vex using the electric build you gave me? What am I running here? I believe I'm running... This one, Thunderclapper, is the one I'm running. Or do you recommend I run my Ranger? Because the Ranger does physical damage with the bow, right? So I don't want to change my team around too much. I'm just curious as to, in most circumstances, what do you think would be better? The Ranger, by the way, is using the, was it the burn build? Right now, it's this one. Exploding burn as one build was what I was using. I don't think I have E-Surge. I don't think you gave me that one. I don't think you... The only Mesmer builds I think you gave me is the one Gwen's running. You know, I was reading on, like, the wiki and stuff for, like, early team comps where it says that melee in this game is kind of bad. But I've not really seen any problems with it, but it's probably because my two melee characters... My two melee characters are using the assassin's skill that lets them shadow step. And I think that's probably part of the problem, is because they're shadow stepping. Yeah. Shadow stepping, I find, removes a lot of the pathing, which I could imagine would be a lot of melee problems.
He's shirking his responsibility as an envoy.
Disembodied spirit that he lets loose here in the mortal realm. The delicate equilibrium between worlds tips further out of balance. Whatever his plan is, it must be stopped. We are only envoys ourselves. We cannot fight Shiro.
We can combat Shiro by acting like Shiro. We are the envoys to the next world. The
All right.
shepherds who guide the newly departed to eternal paradise within the mists.
Does it necessarily matter for certain classes which class is the main? Like, you were telling me that, like, get an Ellie that, or get a Mesmer that has Ellie sub-spec, or, but then you said, or you could just do Ellie with sub Mesmer spec. Does that really matter? Like, I know for some it matters, like, for example, Warrior Necro, because it changes the armor you're wearing. But like in this case, does it really matter that much?
Seek out soon the Oracle of the Mists. He will show you how to become way no Su, closer to the stars.
Ah, Wei no Su, the celestial test. Menlo and I know it well.
I do not understand. Why do you wish us to pass this test?
Spirits in this realm can hide themselves from the view of mortals. Until you have become closer to the stars, you will not be able to see Shiro, let alone fight him.
I see.
We are counting on you to help us return the balance that Shiro has undone. We will be watching.
It's not linking. But then why? Oh, fast casting children. Oh, I see. Like, what? Like, as a casual, would that difference matter that much? It's still not linking. I could just type in the code. Is it OQ HK AO dash dash AG AY E E E E E ZAR X. It was something went wrong because it's not loading. I am currently at Dragon's Throat. Hey, let me kick Mox so I can invite you. We'll save. Is there how would I go about doing the did I kick you by accident maybe? Yeah, pass me the Ellie one too. So, like, what's the, like, overall difference between the Ellie versus Mesmer one? Okay. No, no, no. I mean, like, the difference between the Ellie version and the Ellie E-Surge version versus the Mesmer E-Surge version. Like, what's the significant difference outside of energy storage versus fast casting? Oh, okay, so it would just allow Mesmer to use the skills more often, is pretty much what you're saying. Is Norgu the next Mesmer? Like, is there no other Mesmer hero I can get before Norgu, like you said? Like, how far into Nightfall are we talking here? Because it says Vabi. It says the quest is in Vabi. Like, that sounds quite some ways away. It says it's a secondary quest, though. So I could do this off stream because I don't care about doing this stuff on stream. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm just seeing, like, where do I go to get to Vabi? I see the desolation. Okay. Okay, I'll keep that in mind then. But I don't know if I necessarily plan to do hard mode. Like I said, I'm just seeking to get my 30 points. Once I get that, I'm probably not going to be streaming this anymore. My goal is main story 30 points. That's it. I want to do all the main story stuff and so if I don't have to do hard mode, I really don't want to do it. I don't really care to. Because that's just replaying through the entire game again, right? You know, I actually made it through Lonar's Pass without upgrading my armor or being level 20. I didn't make it past Lonar. I didn't make it much further past Lonar's Pass. Weird segue, but I just felt like I just remembered I wanted to mention that to you. All the fucking enemies are like level 24. Me just walking through with my total 37 armor. I started winning through attrition again. But I was trying to get through the next map, but then I looked and I'm like, oh, there's a horde of 15 guys. There's a horde of 15 guys, and there's a horde of 15 guys. You can't see my arm movements, but it's 3 different directions I can go, and just way too many enemies in all of them. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna nope out of this. I'm not getting to the next town. And I can't use Fire Imp anymore because I'm level 20. Which reminds me, where's the there's the storage. I can't use the Fire Imp, but I refuse to get rid of it because he was such a gentle comrade. To be fair, I wasn't expecting that kind of level jump. I was not expecting that level jump at all. But either way, I've definitely just been enjoying. Now that like everything kind of sets in, maybe I'm a bit overconfident, but I go into stuff now that I'm like max level, I have all my gear, I have an idea of what I'm doing with my character, and I have every other party member built to the supreme maximum. I don't actually care. Like, so I'll tell you why I was going there. I ended up changing my mind anyways. But I was looking for a skill. This is while I was still figuring out what I wanted to do. And there was a specific skill I wanted without spending an arm and a leg. And I still have 1 signet of capture. So I was looking for the bosses that spawn that could give me one of the 2 skills I was looking for. And one of them spawned in... let me check, sorry. One of them spawned in... Was it Snake Dance? It's like Southern Snake Dance is where it spawned. So I was trying to head down there to capture it. But I ended up changing my direction, so I believe both the skills were inspiration skills. So, anyways, I'm gonna boot you from the party now, so I can get Mox back in and I can continue continuing doing the story. If you don't mind. Appreciate the next build though. Your builds have been very helpful for sure. There we go. We'll get Mox. All right. I will see you later. Into the next mission. You've honestly been a massive help. Just by giving me all these builds and stuff has really helped me, because I'd have no idea what the fuck I was doing, what would be good, what's optimal. I really appreciate that you just said, like, hey, use these and here's a guide, a general rule of thumb on how to use them. And, right, and then that's it. And, like, that's been massively helpful. Let me get rid of your boon. Let me get rid of your boon. Yeah. Like, no joke, you can go back to some old streams depending on... Oh, I died. Go back to some old streams where I, like... I think like an explosion attack hit me from the boss. I ended up where there were streams where I basically stopped playing the game for like basically 2 hours because I was figuring out my build. Right? Like Borderlands games, for example, were big on that. Where I would like, especially when I was streaming a lot of Wonderlands and stuff, like, holy fuck. There was a lot of that. Oh, okay. I'm assuming the damage is scaled, because I've not really noticed it too much, but because that was a boss, he was probably stronger. I just like the randomness of the hero system, though. To me, like, it's just funny, or it's just like, you know, Koss is known for being this legendary sun spear. But then you got the Dragon Break concept of, oh yeah, I helped take out Shiro and Kantha. Have you, do you know the Dragon Break, what Dragon Break is, Chris? It's a Skyrim concept. It was a development concept created for Skyrim. Alright, so it's on the wiki, but to just give you a brief explanation, every story has an A, which is the beginning, and a B, which is the end. Right? every story has an A and a B, a beginning and an end. But, especially in a game like Skyrim, where there's so much to do, there are many different paths and options and potential canons that can go, that you can take going between A and B. So the Dragon Break concept is that the beginning and the end and everything that happened in between are canon, but not necessarily equally canon, I guess is a way to put it. So it's like, there are many main storylines, right? You got companions, you have the Dark Brotherhood, you have the Thieves Guild. You don't technically have to join all of them, any of them, or you could join all of them, right? These are all varying options and factors that the Dragon Break basically says are all canon, even though there's no possible way they could be, right? If one person only wanted to join the Thieves Guild, one person joined all of them, and one person refused to join any, all three options are canon. And that's the concept of the Dragon Break. Like, let me try and see if I can summarize here better. Dragon Break, sometimes referred to as an untime, is a temporal phenomenon that involves a splitting of the natural timeline, which results in branching parallel realities where the same events occur differently or not at all. This results in a return to the non-linear timeline of the Dawn era. At the end of a Dragon Break, the timelines reconnect, making all possibilities and outcomes truth, though contradictory to each other. The dragon term, it refers to Akatosh, which is the dragon god of time in Skyrim. So it's like, so I hope I'm using the terminology, but just this idea that, yeah, anytime you fiddle with time, it's always complex, but like just this idea that this Alolan Sun Spear, helped, defeat Abaddon, but then also in some timelines helped with the Eye of the North, but also helped you in Tyria fighting the White Mantle. But then maybe in some he also helped stop Shiro and Kantha, right? But technically speaking, he did none of those things. But there's no evidence to state that he technically didn't. The only recorded information is that he helped in Alona. There's no actual recorded information to say he did or did not help in the other areas. So that aspect is kind of left up to player interpretation. It's like if you tell a kid, stop doing X, so they start doing Y, and when you complain, why are they doing Y? Well, all you told them was to stop doing X, right? It's sort of like one of those, like, you didn't say I couldn't. I don't think that's not actually the case. Because the characters actually refer to the hero, but just not by name. I believe, the character on the wiki is, your playable character is referred to as the hero. It says, Their exact number and lands of origin remain unknown, but the existence of one notable hero in particular is alluded to. Visions of these heroes are seen during Coromir's retelling of the events leading to her own ascension. The hero's ascension or actions would pave way for the heroics of the Pack Commander centuries later. Some ghosts who knew the hero even suggested that there may be a deeper connection between the hero and the commander, as their spirits seem familiar and embody the same heroism. It's also stated that the hero from Guild Wars 1 is referred to as the hero of Kantha, the hero of Nightfall, and the Tyrian hero. So the character exists, but there's no actual knowledge of them. And I think there's canon reason as to why. But it is kind of crazy that none of the NPCs, we have Koss, Kudavang, right? We have NPCs that are in both games that clearly would remember working with this hero that stopped an incredibly dangerous event, right? It's stated, at least in the Guild Wars wiki, how indebted Kudavang is to the hero of Kantha because of what the hero did. I actually had this fan fiction idea of, so the hero of the commander is actually the child. This plays off the idea that the hero is human, right? There are many racial options within Guild Wars 2. Yeah, it's not like they could do like what like Dragon Age does and stuff. But they just kind of vaguely refer to the hero, right? But anyways, what was I saying? But yeah, this fanfiction I do, it's like, so it plays off the idea that the main character in Guild Wars 2 is a human. So when the hero of this game, your playable character, dies, they basically become a revenant of themselves, which in a way almost grants them immense power in the mists and all that stuff. Yeah, but it can't be direct because it's centuries later, right? This is just my idea behind it. So, but because everyone thinks they're dead, they just leave. They kind of like self-isekai themselves outside the mist and end up in another world, and then have the child there, and that child somehow it comes back into the Guild Wars 2 world and ends up getting involved with the Shaymore incident, which is the tutorial for human characters. But I also like the idea, there's some game elements that I understand the choice of, but if I was in the world, would have handled differently. Like, why couldn't the playable character get involved in any of the other major events? Did they all coincidentally happen at the same time? Like, why couldn't I have helped the Char with the whole Baradin situation, right? Like, change the timing so that the main character could be involved in all of those. I join all three, like the Order of Whispers, the Priory. I join all three. It's like, fuck. It's like, all of you have the good intentions. All of you want to do the right thing. I don't see why I have to pick one of you, right? So, like, there's different, like, choices there I would make in some contexts, but, I do, but, like, yeah, and then what would happen is that after a certain point, the parent to the Guild Wars 2 character would be aware that they were coming back to this world and would come back and just kind of shock a lot of people. And like, I'd like this idea. One thought that went through my head is like, when you meet Cormyr in Guild Wars 2, right before Cormyr leaves, the main character goes, "Wait, Cormyr." Cormyr goes, "Yes." And he goes, "I don't think I'd get another option to say this." We'll just go with the idea that the playable character in this game was female, right? Male, it would just be Dad, right? But like, it'd just be like, "I don't think I'd get an opportunity to say this, but you know, my mom misses you. And like, because Cormier's the goddess of truth, there wouldn't have to be verbal discussions. Cormier would just be able to know what that means, and then Cormier would smile and say the same thing back, like, I miss her too, and then leave, right, kind of thing, right? And then like Cormier would realize the connection between you and, like, that would be kind of like an early inclination of like you, like, that character's connection to the first one. Just, you know, just an idea in my head, but I always thought it would be kind of interesting. Yeah. Obviously, that would change everything. The entire idea solely relies on being human, because you can only play as a human in this game. The other idea is you could just turn it into a harem story, and then the females are the other 4 races, and then that's just the collective group. Nothing says fun like interspecies relationships, right? Between a human, a large human, a giant cat, a plant girl, and what is effectively an intelligent little elf creature. And that's just talking about the playable characters, right? We could theoretically go into other races too, right? Like, there's at least like over a dozen races in this game. I don't honestly think, like, to be perfectly honest, the only one that would make sense under some context is Sylvari, because Sylvaris don't actually mate. Sylvaris don't have genitalia. Which is crazy that they have feminine and masculine bodies. I really want to understand the concept behind why for that. But they don't have genitalia because they just come out of the pale tree. So that legitimately means, like, the idea of, like, relationships would be entirely emotional, right? They'd only be a romantic race, which leads to credence as to, like, Fowlon and Kate's relationship, right? They don't understand what something like sex is. They only know what love is. And in their case, it was toxic love, but still. But I don't think there's actually been any instance in the game of, like, outside of, like, Ritlock and Logan saying they're brothers, there's not really any other depiction of interspecies relationships, right? Like, even with a Sylvari. No, I don't think ascending to godhood would work. I think the answer, well, no. So here's my, like, in some ways it could be like the idea of inherited ancestry, where, like, where you're not a direct blood descendant. Instead, you are, you know, like, you are the inheritor of the will, or something like that, if that makes sense. Am I going the right like, where the fuck am I going? Because it's like, sometimes I've asked that question about Skyrim. Because in Skyrim, you're the Dragonborn, right? Which means that you you are a descendant of a very specific people. But the only Dragonborns ever known were humans or man, right? But you can choose to be an elf, you can choose to be a cat, you can choose to be a lizard. So, and that's another game series that has not discussed anything to do with interspecies relationships, even though you can flat out marry outside of your species. Like, I can marry a lizard lady as a cat, right? Like, there's... The only restrictions are the available partners. So, and even then, still, you can't have legitimate children just because that's not a concept program into the game. All you can do is, all you can do is just, adopt pre-existing human kids. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could just be a descendant of Will. Like, that's a trope. Like, that's an existing trope. It's just that you inherit the will and spirit of an individual rather than... Like, isn't that kind of like what reincarnation is? Especially in a lot of animes. Right? You reincarnate into an entirely different body and family. Right? I'm not saying you're the reincarnation of this particular hero, but, like, the will could reincarnate. I've also thought of, like, many other fanfiction crossovers where it's like, so the Guild Wars 2 protagonist is a revenant and ends up in another world, and for some reason, their revenant powers are grabbing legends of, like, deceased beings from that world. Like, I've thought about this, like, with Genshin, with Reincarnated as a Slime, and, like, a few other games I've played. Well, yeah. Didn't the gods brought them, right? I just feel like that really shows you human nature, right? Brought humans to this world, they branched into 3 different kingdoms and then started hating each other. Or no, 4, right? Alonin, Kantha, Kryta, and Ascalon. Mesmer, you are annoying. I was about to hit the 2 warriors with Mark of Pain, and then Mesmer interrupted me. Move has only got back 2 hours ago. Alright, no problem. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for giving me more advice and the new builds. I'm actually happy with that too, because Vex was the one build I was like, that was still kind of up in the air with. I wasn't 100% sure what that slot was going to be. So now that I have it kind of in place, I'm kind of happy. Yeah, the stream times might change though, as I finally just got a job, and I start next week. And it's a PM job, like it's a job in like nights and stuff. So, I'll probably be streaming more in the mornings for me. I don't know if that's going to influence your ability to watch me or not. Yes, I'm Canada. I'm Eastern Standard Time. Lieu of the knives. I'm going to smash you. Good sir. Please, keep attacking. You're killing yourself. You're UK? Yeah. That actually might make it easier for you to meet, to get to my streams. Because what, you're like 5 or 6 hours ahead. Like, I'm 5:51 right now. I assume you're probably like... My sister is in France, and she's about 6 hours ahead. So I think that would put you 5? I think. I always get confused because of fucking daylight savings time, which you guys don't do, so it throws everything off. Yeah, so you're 5 hours ahead of me. So that might, like, if I stream in the mornings, like, if I stream at, like, 9 a.m., for example, that would be, like, 2 in the afternoon or something for you? I don't know if that would be easier or not for you to attend, but it definitely would probably be better than, like, late streams. I have a lot of viewers that aren't actually from my country, so... Is this just telling me to... okay, fuck this. I'm just walking to the marketplace. I don't give a... Like, I was trying to get to the portal there, and I'm just like, fuck this. I need to go to the marketplace. I'll just go to the marketplace. I've already been here. I am on closer to the stars now. But I'm super excited to finally be working again, and it's at a really good company too. So I'm definitely gonna make sure my priorities are in the right spot. The only thing that would make moves like Mark of Pain better is if there was a pull in this game. They're like, you know, like the Mesmer focus skill in 2? Where you just like group enemies together. Like, sometimes I wish that existed here so you could group enemies to make certain skills better. Yeah, see you later, Chris. Look forward to seeing you in future Guild Wars streams. What day is it? Friday? I'll probably be streaming this on Sunday. Oh, more. Why do they want this? I wasn't really paying attention to the story, but... Oh, it's just collection. They're doing collections. You can tell you have a good team that when I use my 3-second casting skill, it keeps getting canceled because the enemies keep killing what or my allies keep killing what I'm trying to hit. We gotta hit something. But I think I will make that one additional goal just to stay true to myself in Guild Wars 2, Legendary Cartographer. As boring as that could be, I will not stop playing Guild Wars 2 until I have the Legendary Cartographer title. Regardless of anything. It won't be quick, but I would like to try and do it. But it's something it's not something I have to do on stream. I can do all that. I can do a lot of the mapping off stream. Well, while I'm walking, let me inventory manage here. I think I'm just gonna salvage anything that doesn't have an inherent price to it. Oh, whoops, I did not want to do that one, but whatever. Okay, well, you're tied to a different quest, but I'll talk to you since I'm here. To drink the chalice of corruption. They didn't give me anything.
I wondered when I would be seeing you. My name is Sun. I am the Oracle of the Mists.
I was sent here to...
I know why you have come here. You are not the first to seek my help. You will not be the last.
What
The
do
stars in the night sky cast their light down upon the world, making physical replicas of themselves. I, Jundawn, the Kirin, the embodiment of corruption, the being of pure good, turned to pure evil. One sang the turtle dragon, the eternal paradox. Not one thing.
Hey, it's based on
or
like
another.
all the stuff that the Ellie
A
can do now.
reminder that
with
we
the Jade
will
Sphere.
never fully understand the mists. I, she, the Phoenix, the representation of fiery eternity, awaiting those in the underworld. And finally, the mightiest of them all, Tamu, the dragon. A constant reminder of atrocity, pain, and anguish.
I do love that Kantha
You
is such
must
a
defeat
beautiful
the
hybrid of
avatars
a lot of
these
the Asian
four
cultures. Like,
celestial bodies.
there's Japanese, there's
You wish to
Korean,
become
there's
closer to
Chinese.
the
Like, it's not
stars.
just specifically
Only
one
then
one
will you
Asian
be able to
culture.
see
They
into the
actually
spirit realm
encompass
and truly
various aspects of
fight
each.
Shiro Tagachi.
But how do I...
Get to the avatars. Step through one of these portals, and you shall be transported to the location you desire. Choose wisely. If you should perish while among the Celestials, I will not come help you.
I understand.
I doubt that.
One more question.
Bother me no more with this. Tangle with the stars if you must, but you will waste no more of my time.
All right, let me sell and stash. Okay, well, I gotta go deal with that this quest. The one that gives me the, this, because this is just gonna bother me, pretty much, until I get it dealt with. It is Master of Corruption. Because this basically puts my health at -2. Right? Like, my health will be constantly decreasing until I deal with this. Okay. I went. I missed your pet. I actually went with warthog because I looked it up, and it said racer beetle, but I didn't have that, so I went with But some people suggested warthog, so I went with that for the time being. Because this will just be playing the game on hard mode if I leave this debuff on. I don't want to go too far ahead because I don't know if anything's going to spawn and try and gank this guy. Almost there. Wait, what happened? Did someone cast a spell? The next spell that your target casts on you, your allies... one of your allies fails. Deals 38 damage to other adjacent foes. If the target is hexed or enchanted, oh, is it Cry of Frustration? That's a skill I considered getting. If target foe is using a skill, that foe and all foes near in the area are interrupted and take 59 damage. Oh, it was Chaos Storm. No. Oh, no. Chaos Storm is just inherently an AoE. I did not realize that. There are 3 elementalists, and I don't like them at all. Is that everything? Evidently not. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, good. It healed me. I got pretty low there for a second. Do this, do this. Okay, debuff's gone, thank goodness. Alright, there we go. 1! Let's go! Not really sure what... you generally use the name descriptors to know what I'm up against, but... Thank you. We take care of this one little ad before we, They did change a little though, because Kieran isn't one of the four Cardinal Guardians. It's a white tiger, I believe. God damn it. Stop with the knockdowns. Yeah, so what I'll probably just be doing off stream right now is just working on the general map completion. So I'll redo all missions I've done. Like, I'll probably just start in Tyria because that's where most of it is, but I'll redo all the missions I've done to uncover maps and then just go back to old areas too. Due to the Temple of the Ages, you can actually, and the lack of actual need to go through towns on characters, you can actually bring eight party members, everywhere, which is actually crazy. I can go to Ascalon with 8 party members as long as I don't walk into a town. Get this. There's a starlight, so he's gonna be healing. Alright, we go south. Alright. Sorry, the heat in my room's getting to me a bit, but Code Red. I'm calling in a Code Red. A Mountain Dew Code Red. Hey Angel, welcome back. Oh. Welcome back. I guess I got confused. I thought Ace at the top there was Angel. I don't know. I guess I just saw the A name, and I'm used to Angel being the first to comment. Kill yourself from attacking because I put attacking related debuffs on you. Well, either way, thanks for the congrats. I'm excited to I know it's going to interfere with my streaming, but I definitely am really excited, not only just to get back to work, but excited to work for the company that hired me. I saw my old manager, and she basically just gave me, I saw her today, and she just gave me advice. She's like, she just basically said, she's like, don't say, or until your probation is done, at the very least until then, just be a yes man. Like, don't say or do anything that could potentially jeopardize your position in the company, right? Because on probation, companies can basically just 86 you in a split second. So I need to ensure that not only do I live up to my resume, which is the reason they hired me, but that I'm worth keeping around and giving more hours, because I don't want minimum hours. I want maximum hours, but I need to show I'm worth getting maximum hours. I can see how this quest gets harder. Every time you kill one of these celestial beings, it spawns another. Who's healing? Because evidently someone is healing. Ooh, yay, I got a Cantha key. Let's go! I can open a chest. What's my money doing, by the way? Ooh, I got 6 platinum. The slow but sure grind. We'll fight this guy. Well, fight. We didn't really have to fight that guy. The spirits kind of handled it. It does sound a bit rough, but it's not anything to be concerned with. She's not saying it like that in a way that we expect this company to, you know, because this company has a very good reputation for treating its employees well. So it's not like I'm expecting them to just, you know, screw me over in an instant. I'm just like, it's just like all I need to do is get past the probationary period. Just go in, do my job, and leave. Right? Don't treat it as anything other than the job, at least until I'm out of probation. My goal is to, hopefully, ideally, you know, in the best case scenario, spend the rest of my life with this company, so. Because I can't, like, as someone that wants to be in retail, you cannot pretty much. It's very hard and rare to do better than this company, so. Well, retail's where my background is, and retail's what I like doing. So it's not that I can only work retail, it's just retail's what I want to do. And even then, my uncle has known people that's worked for this company, several, and there are so many branching options you can take working for this company that, so much career movement and stuff that if you're committed, you could go so many different directions. And I'm at the Chaos Storm. I only hit one of them, and he died shortly after he got hit with it. Yay, let's go. Mission
I
done.
see that I have underestimated you.
I'll say.
Forgive my harshness. There are those who take the power of the stars for granted.
The Celestial Ministry, perhaps?
I see you have encountered them already.
Unfortunately.
The Ministry are nothing more than an overfed bunch of paper pushers, good for little other than playing parlor tricks at a Naga Cub's birthday party. Well, you'll understand then when I don't welcome all of those who come looking to become closer to the stars. Now you will excuse me. I have much work to do.
But
Go talk to an adept.
Man, this guy just hates having conversations. Oh, wow. You got the Master Reward. I didn't even get the Master Reward in the last one. I guess that's completion time, so I wonder what I did in the last one that I didn't get Master in. Yeah, it was just under 25 minutes. I had to do it in under 25 minutes to get Master in the last one, which I do not think I accomplished.
Yes.
Are you here to take us to eternal paradise?
You're not going to paradise.
What are you going to do with us?
I'm going to make you into my soldiers. You're going to fight for me.
We won't do it! You can't make us!
You will do whatever I tell you. Kneel. Bow before your new master.
Oh. One skill point for cooperative missions. In fact, factions and nightfalls. One additional skill point is awarded for experts in. So I might at some point. Yeah, the voice acting. Yeah. Well, keep in mind this is like a 2004 game. So I'll need to go back to Vizunia Square later to do Master to get that skill point. It's a profession changer, but I don't want to change professions anymore. I contemplated it at a certain point, but now I'm not interested. Holy shit, look at all the henchmen. Alright, let me look at the map. It's over here. And I'm not taking the optimal path here. Oh, I see a boss. Mox, beat him up more. Beat him up more. I died. Vex is down. Ogden's down. If I wipe, I'm just going back in town, because I've not really actually made any progress here. It's actually crazy that you actually do die. Because it's not just, it doesn't just say like unconscious body or whatever. the literal description is corpse of so-and-so. On top of that, the necromancer can summon abominations from your body, so you legitimately die. I might call it after this quest. I wanted to stream longer, but I'm just getting so hot right now. I was really upset that I had to cancel yesterday's stream because, yesterday's stream, my roommate works till closing, so I would have actually been able to stream it later because the problem, like, my room gets cold, or my room's not as hot when I can leave my door open, but I don't leave my door open when my roommate's here to be polite. I think this is where I need to go. The only confusing part of like the Pining City here in this game is I can't tell what's a route and what's a pathway, or if they're just meant to be both. The heat also affects my commentary too, which is because it's just like you're so hot, the heat makes you feel exhausted, and when you feel exhausted, you don't feel the energy to keep talking and speaking and stuff. Oh, 11.2% in Campa. From what I understand, all regions in the game... someone said on Reddit, I don't know how accurate this is, but all regions in the game have about 110% for completion. So you don't have to get literally every single pixel. There is some leeway, but you still want to grab as much as you can. Wow, the healer outlived everything. Even though I was single targeting him. Yeah, I took a different path here than what the wiki recommended here. But I'm still on the right path. The wiki suggests that you go starting from here, you go up like I did, and then up to here, but then you, I guess there's a lower cut you can take? And you end up coming out here and go down. So I just took the second corner a bit differently is all. Alright, so now I need to head down here. So it doesn't say to take these bridges. Just to take this one. There's a healer, and I'm gonna single him out. What happened? How did they all get poisoned? What are you doing? Let me just take out the ranger. Burn. Are they close enough? Yep. Perfect. Perfect. All right, now we go back up to the so I'll call stream when I end up in the temple. Yeah, this area is a bit annoying. Like, I really wanted to get the Black Moa, but the problem is a lot of Kantha is locked behind story. Unlike like the base game, where there's a lot of like at least area you can explore in Tyria without actually having to do any of these type of story missions, like the missions, where you can just like explore. Like, the one difficult thing is probably going to be Lonar's Pass, because that I actually can't, I can only use 6 party members in. At least probably until I get to a town. Alright, cutscene.
I knew you would come.
Did you?
You're not the type to give up on a grudge.
You're right.
What is it you want?
Want? From you? Just a little revenge.
Last time we met, I beat you, Shiro. I will beat you again!
It's different this time. This time, I'm facing you.
You can't kill me, Shiro. I'm already dead.
I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to force you to be my ally. To fight by my side.
You'll have to catch me first.
You coward. Last time you stabbed me in the back. This time you run. I shall reserve for you a special torture. One for the weak and the honorless.
Come. The spirit of Vizu resides in this hall. It was her blade strike that crippled Shiro 200 years ago, and eventually led to his death. If anyone can tell us how to defeat him, it will be her. Follow me.
Keep up if you can. Master Togo is faster than he looks.
All right. Wait, what? What are skill points? What are... Oh! Okay, I'm misreading. Skill points are needed to purchase skills. For some reason, I'm thinking, like, is there a skills vendor here? Is there even a merchant here? Is that the skill vendor? I think this place had a skill vendor. There's a profession changer. Here we go. Yeah, you need skill points to be able to buy skills. Oh, here, let me just see if there's any new skills. Defile enchantments looks almost identical to desecrate enchantments. Cry of Frustration was definitely a skill that I was interested in having. Unnatural Signet isn't bad when you consider I run 4 hexes. Right? Like, and one of them simply lasts 30 seconds. That's good enough. Spent a little bit of money on that, but I don't really plan to change anything, but okay, so there's actually something in the game called duplicate skills. And prophecies and factions. So basically, factions just made duplicate versions of pre-existing skills. Each pair only differs in the name and skill icon. All other attributes remain the same. Except for Elementalist, each of the core professions have 5 duplicate skill pairs. So, Defile enchantment is identical to Desecrate enchantment. And so I'm trying to decide, do I run that? Because it's a stronger skill. Costs less, longer cooldown. But this is at least an enchantment strip. Hmm. People are saying it's good. I'm just trying to decide whether, Man, I'll run what I have here. All right. So yeah, off screen. Next, off stream, I'll continue to map complete, and I'm gonna do that one mission again that I missed. Maybe try and get it done in under 25 minutes. But yeah, I don't plan to do like main story off stream anymore. Like, I want to save that kind of stuff for on stream, but we'll see. If I find out there's nothing left to do, I may do some stuff off stream just to kind of keep the ball rolling. Like I said, I don't want to be eternally stuck in Guild Wars, and I don't, especially with me now having a job, right? I may just choose to just push ahead off stream instead, for the sake of progression. But with that said, I'm going to call it here so my room and my computer and stuff can cool down. My name is Daimien Kamiya. I'm the Omni King, and be a friend, foe, or member of the Omni Council. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.